Next up,
Talking about people when teams are not convinced about.
the win over-unders for the North Melbourne Kangaroos. Let's go, stats man. Your beloved North Melbourne. How are they going to go this year? What's their over-under? Take us through it.
Oh, do I have to? No, I will. I'll do this. I'll put myself through this. 2024 obviously was the same as 2023. 3-20, finished in 17th. Oh, anyway, that's in the past. Over under is 5.5. A healthy 5.5. A lot of wins there. Yeah, no good. But the yeah nah for this one is pretty simple. Do North need to double their wins for Clarko? Sorry, let me do that again. North need to double their wins or Clarko is gone. Yeah, nah.
No, he's not going anywhere. They can't afford to pay him out.
Yeah, that was my follow-up.
All right, I thought you might answer it like
Their soft
that.
cap is gone.
But like, if we get 3 wins again, that is an absolute joke. 3 years in a row of the same coach.
You get 3 wins, LDU and Harry She's all leaving, so it's fine.
Exactly.
If you get 3 wins again,
That's
it's
just
it's like Clark going, we're building something here, and everyone's like, we're going to eat this up with a spoon for another 18 months.
I
and
reckon
then,
he's gone.
No, you're not worried about 25. Like 26, if it's like halfway through 2026 and you're like winless then the pressure starts. Like, then the Jets get turned up a bit. But if like they go through this season with 3-20 again, there's like, oh, we've just got games with the kids, and like everyone will eat it up because it's Clarko, and he's like, I don't know. I still argue that Clarko is a fraud, and if we go through this year and they don't win 6 games, that should be the year. Nah, if they don't win, if they don't go over the,
that's what I said. Double their wins.
So the positive for you is stats, guys. When you're 3-20 by the end of the season, the women will be undefeated and on top of the ladder. So it'll just be like that push. That ain't happening. Look at this. We're on top of the ladder.
No, I genuinely think they can double their wins and get to at least 6. So that's the over. The over-under is 5.5. I think it's going to be around that 6 to 6-17 mark, possibly 7, because there's going to be a few random wins. I think the ins are really, really good. So I think Caleb Daniel is an absolute jet. I think he's underrated. I know you won't agree with me on that one. I think his ball movement is really good and exactly what North need. I'm a big fan of Luke Parker. I think he's going to help. Obviously. I'm not a fan of Jack Darling, but hopefully he helps out the Super.
I was going to throw a flag on the play there if you're like, I'm excited about Jack Darling. You have spent 7 months talking rubbish about Jack Darling.
The preseason game was North versus North, so we got a win. So that was really good. But Jack Darling, all the North fans are like, oh, Jack Darling dominated. It was against our bloody C team. They're like, oh, he played really well. Aiden Core probably, or Aiden Core's brother or something like that. So I don't believe in the hype on Jack Darling, but I'm excited about it.
He's taking pressure off of Suva and Zerha. Yeah. That's what he's there for.
Yeah, We've already spent way too much time talking about Jack Darling.
Yes.
Because I don't think he impacts like the over-under on this thing.
No, I agree.
The over-under on this thing really comes down to who do you play twice.
Yes, so we got to play the Dogs, who we never beat. Melbourne, who we almost beat last year.
You beat them both times.
No, we might beat them once. Adelaide, who are very shaky. Sydney, Carlton, and Richmond. I think we can beat Richmond.
Well, there's 4 wins out of Melbourne and Richmond.
Nah, Melbourne aren't that bad.
You should have beaten them last year.
We should have, but I reckon we could get 1 win against Melbourne, 2 wins against Richmond, and then the other ones I'm not confident at all.
The biggest thing here is I still think quite literally, the emperor's clothes, right? That's the simple thing. They need to essentially get to 5 wins at the very least.
I agree.
Still goes under, but they need to improve. They need to improve by at least 2 wins. Or else the emperor's clothes are off, and Clarko will be exposed for the fraud that I believe that he is, and that he probably is.
Yeah.
So
what are you going, Jim?
How does Clarko ball actually go this year, Statsman?
I am saying we're going the over 6. So I'm saying we can double our wins. I think all the young guys. So I'm saying most improved is Jackson Archer. A bit of a left field one, but he looked really good second half of the year. Then you just talk about all of our best players, and McKercher, She's a Warther. They got another year in them. I'm actually really excited to watch them again. So, and then you got Tristan Cherry. I reckon he's going to be an All-Australian ruck. So there is building blocks there in the midfield. That's about it. But I genuinely think they can get to about 6 wins and get the over.
I've got 5, so I'm slightly under.
I got 7.
7? Really?
Yeah.
Just
How
another
are you the most optimistic?
I know.
Luke Parker, baby. Luke Parker.
He's not going to change us that much.
Yes, he is.
Rubal.